The Lakers didn't just hand a game ball to JJ Redick, they accidentally exposed something much bigger. Because LeBron James has spent years making this franchise relevant again. Yet somehow his value in Los Angeles is still debated, like he's just a guest in someone else's house. And maybe that's the real problem. Lakers fans can love Kobe forever, but pretending LeBron didn't change everything is just not honest anymore.
LeBron James, and he can do this. The chosen one, the king. Love LeBron. He can do this. He can fall into victimhood occasionally. He's been a great guy for the league. He's been a great player. But there was a story written. And let me just say, first of all, the NFL media is much tougher on players than the NBA media, which I think panders constantly because they don't want to lose access to the 4 or 5 really, truly interesting players. LeBron's been one for 20-some years. There's a handful. Even the great players like Ant doesn't necessarily get you a lot of clicks. LeBron does. Steph Curry does. There's a handful of stars. Wemby now will. But a writer for ESPN, Dave McMenamin, writes the story. Know him a little bit, not that great. He said there was big tension. And it's just interesting, the wording on this. This is just my opinion on this story. The tension came to a head because LeBron doesn't feel respected by the organization. Against the Cavs in March, late March. James had just become the player with the most combined wins in NBA history, passing Kareem. The column says it was a massive moment. I don't know a single person who said before that game, you got to watch the Lakers tonight. What's happening? It's huge. What? LeBron's going to pass Kareem for the most combined wins. That doesn't feel massive. Massive is the decision. Game 7 against the Warriors. Maybe surpassing Kareem for the all-time points. Most combined wins kind of feels like, I know baseball is the sport of history. Maybe it means more. That doesn't feel massive to me. I could be wrong. But apparently Rob Pelinka walked in and did not give LeBron the game ball. He didn't give LeBron the game ball. He gave the game ball to JJ Redick. And so LeBron feels disrespected. And I've seen several of these since he's been in Los Angeles. Here's the moment on tape. This is the difference between football culture and basketball culture. And I wish people in basketball, even that covered the sport, understood it or acknowledged it. What would be the reaction if Caleb Williams or Tom Brady or Peyton Manning or Big Ben felt disrespected and it went public? It was leaked publicly because they didn't get a game ball. We would be collectively, get over it. Or if Gretzky didn't get a puck in his prime for most combined wins. Get over it. It's hockey. It's football. But basketball, it's the basketball culture in America. There's this constant need to show respect. You got to show me respect. Constant pandering. And maybe it's just as simple as you need access to like 4 or 5 people. You need access to Rich Paul or LeBron or Wemby. And maybe that's what it is. And there'll be as many people that defend LeBron for this, not getting the game ball, then will criticize him for it. And I'm not really criticizing him. I'm just saying, can you imagine in football, Tom Brady? Remember when Tom Brady got a game ball for surpassing Peyton Manning and most passing yards in history? Now, that's a big deal for a quarterback. Not combined wins, not most third downs, most passing yards ever. That's like in basketball, most points ever. That's a big deal. Passing Kareem most points, that's huge. I mean, leading scorer in league history, that's a big deal. Or most passing yards for a quarterback. And then Belichick gave Brady a game ball. And what was remarkable about that, it was such a story because Belichick never gave Brady the ball. And for 20 years, he ate a dirt sandwich. That's football. But basketball, there's this constant belief that Rob Pelinka is supposed to wake up every day and make sure I got LeBron's back. Like, LeBron, you've been in the league 23 years. You've been front and center for 23 years, and you've been overwhelmingly beloved everywhere you've been. You've got critics, welcome to the world. So does every mayor and governor and every CEO and every talk show host. But the idea the Lakers are anti-LeBron, let me ask you, who did they go get? When LeBron arrived, all the young guys, LeBron didn't want to play with them. Bye-bye, they all got shipped out. Anthony Davis got shipped in. Who's Anthony Davis represented by? LeBron's agent. So LeBron's agent engineered that. I don't know. That seems like a biggie. Secondly, Lakers have fired multiple coaches to get LeBron's podcast partner, JJ Redick, in the fold. That seems like it's pro-LeBron. Westbrook move. They brought him and bailed on him. I think LeBron had some impact on that. Something. Not saying everything, but something. And also, every public comment since LeBron in the last year he's turned 40 plus. Hey, we want to have LeBron back. They also drafted his son. Westbrook, AD, firing coaches, drafting his son. Every public comment is, we'd like to have LeBron back. This is the difference. You can't literally show enough respect to a basketball player or you don't like him. I'm not going to side with LeBron on this one or his agent.
Boy, your story is quite something today. Man, that was something else. How do we jump into this thing? First things first is, why aren't there more than one game ball?
It's a good question.
Wouldn't that have been great?
Yeah.
You know, hey,
I had some foresight there.
I understand, like, this is, this would be like Oprah giving away cars. You get a game ball. You get a game ball. But there were so many milestones.
Yeah. So we're talking about March 31st.
Yes, sir.
Lakers beat the Cavs.
Mm-hmm.
It completes what ends up, we don't know, but at this point, in retrospect, they've now gone 16-2 over a 32-day stretch. And in this game against the Cavs, LeBron James, most wins in NBA history combined, regular season.
And against the Cavs.
And against the Cavs, right? 15,000 points for Luka Doncic for his career, 5,000 points for Rui Hachimura. And it secures back-to-back 50-win seasons and 100 wins in JJ Redick's coaching career. So in the post-game locker room, JJ Redick doing a good job and kind of recognizing this group accomplishment is listing off all the things that were done by his team that day. Mm-hmm. And as JJ's addressing the room, Rob Pelinka takes his turn to address the room, is holding the game ball, and presents it to JJ Redick. Shortly thereafter, LeBron James, who, of course, he arrives to the arena wearing like an outfit and then showers and changes and stuff and leaves in that outfit. Well, this night was still in the practice shorts, ice bags on his knees, slide sandals on his feet.
And he walked right out.
Walks out.
By the way, Dave McMenamin here on the Rich Eisen Show talking about his piece that's on ESPN.com that's kind of burning up the entire NBA community, and certainly here in Los Angeles, California, live on the Rich Eisen Show. So LeBron James walked out with bags of ice on his knees? Or took those off and left? Do we know that?
No. I mean, I saw it with my own two eyes. The bags of ice are still on his knees. And so this is like,
he's just out.
So to be clear, this isn't because he doesn't think JJ Redick is deserving of a moment. It's not about that at all.
Yes.
He has a great relationship
and it was
with
a
JJ
beautiful
Redick.
moment. The video of his children saying, "Congratulations, Dad."
Right.
Beautiful moment.
It was taken by LeBron to be another example of the Lakers not appreciating him and everything that he does.
Where does that come from?
I think it's from an 8-year relationship that has had a lot of stuff build up. Now, I asked LeBron after Game 4 against the Thunder. He's making the same route out of the arena. Mm-hmm. This time he's wearing regular clothes.
Okay, good.
He's wearing the same clothes he arrived in.
Right.
And I said, in order for you to come back to play for the Lakers, I understand you're going to have to figure out whether you want to play. I understand you're going to have to both sides will have to figure out what the money. But that aside, is there any static that needs to be cleared up in order for this to move forward? And he said, there's no static from me. And so
I saw that. That was the quote, one of the second to last quotes of your piece.
Right. So I would say that perhaps that means that even though he had this moment, that was a real moment of indignation, is what he felt.
Yeah.
It's not something he can't get over in order to keep playing for the Lakers.
Right.
But the Lakers, you're dealing with one of the best players of all time. Where he goes on the list, that's up for debate. But
9th if you saw First Take the other day. But okay, keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also someone who has now worked for you for 8 years, been the face of the franchise, delivered a championship, all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
are you ever going to make the guy feel like you want him?
Well, the Lakers have a problem. The Lakers don't want to lose LeBron James. They don't want to lose his 21 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists a game, but they don't want to pay $50 million for it because the rest of the league isn't going to come bidding $50 million. But here's the reality. If you have a superstar player, and LeBron James is still an all-star, and he is still a superstar player, still a top 20, 25 player in the league, it's very hard to ask that player to take a pay cut, whether he's 21 or 41. And if you want LeBron to take a pay cut, you can't just indeterminately say, hey, will you take a pay cut? You better bring him a reason to take a pay cut and explain that, yes, the team was 0-8 against the Thunder this year, but if we acquire this player or these two players with the money you're going to leave on the table, we can overcome that. I think LeBron would be open to that. But the concept that he's just not as good anymore and that maybe he's only worth 30 million instead of 50, you're not getting that from LeBron James. LeBron James doesn't believe in that, and I don't expect him to accept that. And I'll tell you one thing, if you're the Lakers, if you force LeBron to leave, he'll go somewhere else and play for less money. He won't want to stay for the Lakers and play for less money if he thinks it's an insult.
The next segment is brought to you by Tommy John, where comfort is the new power move. And the Lakers pulled a power move on LeBron. On March 31st, the Lakers defeated the Cavaliers to secure LeBron James his record-breaking 1,229th win. It was the same night Luka passed 15,000 points. Rui passed 5,000 points. JJ Redick reached 100 wins. According to Dave McMenamin, Lakers GM Rob Pelinka gave the game ball to Redick over anybody else. And LeBron felt Pelinka's priority was yet another example of the Lakers taking him for granted. On other notes, he has had a great relationship with JJ Redick. One thing the Lakers got right: the Lakers' approach and how they show interest in retaining him and their plan for any discount will be a factor. LeBron James, here's LeBron James before Cleveland and with LeBron. 7 years before he got there, they was 219 and 223, 40% win rate. The 7 years with him, they won 63% of their games. LeBron James, Miami, before he arrived, there was 149 and 179, a 45% win rate. His 4 years there were 224 and 88, a 72% win rate. Cleveland, when he returned, they were 97 and 215. They won 31% of their games. In his 4 years there, they went to 4 NBA finals. They won one of those NBA finals, and they were 211 and 117, a 64% win rate. The 8 years before LeBron got there, they was 269 and 371. They won 42% of their games. In the 8 years with LeBron, they're 357 and 278. That's 56% win rate. So overall, before he arrived at your franchise, you're winning about 40% of your game. Once he's there, you win about 62% of your games. So basically, that's a 22% increase.